Hey, Tom here, FlipAnything USA. Out here at the lake house, actually working on I'm working on a Grant Cardone video. I'm gonna get some lights on out on the patio. So the sun's just setting. It's beautiful here. This is like my little sanctuary here. Very quiet. You can hear all the birds, and you can see the sky. Look how pretty, huh? Isn't that pretty? Oh, hey, Chris. I gotta put on glasses. I'm getting old. Can't see so well. Here we go. That's a little better. So, this is just kind of a check-in. I've been busy because, the mentoring, the mentoring actually is more popular than I expected, to be quite honest. And super pleased. I'm really excited. It's going to be great. I just love people excited about making money in real estate. I mean, like I was explaining in class the other day, and I know some of you that are watching already are in the class, obviously, but I got a deal I'm working on. Actually, it's not very far from where I'm at right now. And, and I can't wait. I can't wait for you guys to feel that same excitement. You're not going to be scared. You're not going to be scared to make a real estate deal. You're going to be afraid that your real estate deal that you're working on isn't going to go through because you're going to make so much money. You're going to be like, oh my gosh. So you guys know, and I got to go through the routine. Sorry for those who go through it, but wake up and smell the real estate. Book I wrote, how I made my first million and my tens of millions afterwards. And you can get it on Amazon. And but I wanted to do one quick check-in on those of you that are doing the mentoring. I got a nice little workbook put together. It's not going to look just like that, but this will be going out to you quickly. And again, it's not identical to what you see here, but this is going to keep you organized and making money. And I'm going to be shipping these direct to everybody that's in the mentorship program, and that's the gold members. Anyways. I'm working on a little Grant Cardone video. Everybody loves it when I kind of rip on the gurus. And so I'm playing with that too right now. So I'll get something out on that pretty quick. Anybody got any questions, any real estate questions? I'll take them right now. Yeah, you can get it on Kindle. In fact, I recommend Kindle. It's only $10. A lot of people get both, to be quite honest, because I like a paper book in my hand. Listen, even I read my book, so I stay on task. When you go through the exercise of writing a book, I'll tell you, they'll say you learn a lot from teaching, and that's the truth, because you have to articulate to people exactly how you make your money, and that's difficult to do. And even though my book is really pretty simple and pretty straightforward, that's the best part about it. There's no fluff. There's no BS. I was watching, God, what's his name? Brandon Turner, Bigger Pockets. I don't know. What do you guys think of Bigger Pockets? I'll tell you what to me smells a little bit about Bigger Pockets is I went in there and, hey, Jorge, Anna Marie, hey, thank you for being here. Chris Perkins, Ellie, glad you're all here. A lot of familiar names here. Keith, Sam. So what can I say to an owner for an owner financing? How do you initiate that conversation? Okay, let me circle back to that, Ellie. It's a good question. Also, hey, don't let me forget. I owe somebody an explanation. I was telling a story about Jack. And somebody said, hey, you didn't finish your story when I got off the other day. And I know I didn't, but I know the story well. Geez. And of course, I'm doing this from my phone, so everything's just small enough I can't read it. So, Ellie, hang on to your question for a second. First of all, I want to just tell you, look, there's so much snake oil, so much slimy, greasy, dirty people in this business that sell information and talk about doing things that they've never done. And I can tell you, it's a world of difference when you're teaching people from real experience opposed to people that that are simply repeating what they heard works. It's not the same. And, you know, I was looking at this Brandon guy at Bigger Pockets, and I guess he's not even the founding guy. But the thing is, he's a nice enough guy, this Brandon Turner. But I don't know that he knows anything about what he's doing. Now, I guess he's made some money in real estate. I don't know. I always walk you guys through all my properties. I walk you through the deals. I do a lot of specifics, okay? And because that was probably one of the biggest differences between me and most of the people that out there that are talking about real estate is that I can talk in specifics because I really have made tens of millions of dollars in real estate. I bought and sold, made huge profits. And I keep about 130,000 square feet in rentals. I've been through all kinds of BS with all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's just, when you've been doing this for as long as I've been doing it, believe it or not, this is hard to believe. God dang. I mean, I'm pushing 40 years since I bought my first piece of real estate, my first piece, okay? And when you're buying and selling real estate, looking for deals and making deals for almost 40 years, believe me, you go through so much. You can truly forget things, and I have forgotten things, and then they come back to me later on of what I've done in the past. But, I'm just lucky, and it's not that I'm special, but I got, my eyes opened up when I was 19 years old, started making a lot of money, and millionaire by 28, and again, that's like over 30 years ago. That's a lot of money 30 years ago. And, it's $1 million today doesn't buy, a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home in LA, it's terrible. I got a sister that just sold a place in Venice for $1.5 million. And, it's just a shack. It's a shack. It's a dump. In fact, they tore it down already. All right. So, hey, hit that like button, please. Hit that, subscribe button. Got noise coming out here. All of these gurus haven't been, yeah. I mean, if they've been through a recession, it might not have been a real estate recession for them. I've been through many recessions now. I started in interest rates. My first property was a 9.25% interest rate, and that was coming down from 14. You got an FHA, 5 to 10%, beautiful thing. If you can get an FHA loan, take it. And also, listen, all you vets, you vets, get my book. Okay, it's $10. It's nothing. It's nothing. I make peanuts on it. I don't make any money on it. It's nothing. But you vets, I have a guy that works for me, or not, rents from me. The guy's got 2 Purple Hearts. And I was telling him, dude, I mean, and he can get a magnificent loan. And I said, dude, we got to get you into a beautiful home. And I mean, I'll help him put him into a perfect home. I've sold 3 houses this last week. And, oh, hey, K. Felix, you just joined. Glad you joined, buddy. I'm glad to see you in the group. Jaspal, you too. All right, let me back up here. I'll get to questions real quick. All right, Anne-Marie, what's up? Hey, Tom. Let's see. Yeah, Aztec, go to Kindle. I'm going through the questions. I'm going to do it quick. I'm sorry. FHA, do an FHA loan, absolutely. Anything, if you can get in for 5% down, but get a deal. Get a deal. Don't waste it. Don't waste it. How did you get the seller of the first building you bought to... Oh, God. Girlfriend's phone. Okay, how did I get the seller of the first building I bought to take over it for 6 months before closing on it? They didn't take over it. Listen, I bought my first building I bought when I was 19 years old. I didn't have any money. I didn't have the down payment, but I negotiated a deal where they'd take $10,000 down. But I also got them to give me a 6-month escrow and let me have access to the property, which meant I moved in. I no longer paid rent. I lived in it. I lived in the building, and I had my little business, little cabinet shop I started. So I was rent-free on my home, rent-free on my business for 6 months. That allowed me to save up about, $9,600 or $10,000, whatever. That's what I needed to put down. And I scraped together and I put it together and I bought the place, and it was the best thing I ever did. And right after I bought it, somebody offered me $20,000 more than I paid for it, and you can imagine you know, you're 19 and you're struggling, and you get into a place and all of a sudden somebody offers you 20 grand. I felt like I won the lottery. But that opened my eyes, and then that's all I focused on was real estate and building cabinets. And after about 10 years, I built a decent little cabinet shop. Not that great, but I made $1 million in real estate, and I was done. I said, bye-bye business. And I've been a full-time real estate investor ever since. And that's like 30-something years now, since I was 28, okay? Ugh, unbelievable. Hate to say that, but it's true. Yeah, so look, listen, there is seriously very little time left. If you want to get in the mentorship program, it's $600. Should be $1,800, and that's what I have the price at, but I'm doing it for $600 for all you folks, the founding members. I call you my loyal, smartest group. Get in, just get in, $600. I'm telling you, the first meeting, in my opinion, was worth $600, okay? It really was. And we've already had that one, but you can go back and watch it when you get in the members area. The other thing, just so you know, those of you know that we had a little audio visual problem. I went back and cut that out. And what I'm going to start doing is in the members area, I'm going to kind of library and categorize everything. So if you want to know anything about line of credit, letters of credit, I explained to you guys about letters of credit, which probably nobody, really, to be quite honest, almost nobody knows what that is unless you're in the banking business. But that is an important thing to know about. All that stuff is going to be listed so you can go straight to the video and just go to that time spot. And you know, if every time I mention whatever, owner financing, this, that, and the other, what I want to do is every video that I've mentioned that, you can just go straight to that portion of that video and watch that particular part. You know, you can shortcut it if you want to. And by the way, just so you know, a lot of people maybe don't even know this, you can fast forward and you can watch videos at double speed or 1.5 times speed. Depending on how slow or fast somebody talks, I'll watch anywhere from 1 1/4 to 2 times speed. And Brandon Turner at Bigger Pockets, I'll watch double time. Okay, I wish there was a triple time. He talks pretty slow. All right, so let's see. Okay, so Mark Ramos, listen, the owner didn't, there was actually 5 lien holders on that property. They did an all-inclusive trust deed, which you'll learn about that in my class too. An all-inclusive trust deed takes like 4 or 5 trust deeds, like a first and a second and a third and a fourth, and then they take a fifth and they wrap them all up, and you pay one and they pay those 4. It's a screwed up deal, and you can't do it most of the time now, but that's what that was. Chris, go to FlipAnythingUSA.com, go to Mentorship, or it says need help with the deal. Go in there, join for $600, and you're in. And I'm going to be shipping out the courses, the ones which I started to show you. I got it right here, okay? Everybody's getting one of these. And it's just an organization system. It's exactly what I did when I was, that I developed when I was in my 20s. And I still use it today, and it's a beautiful thing. But now I even made an app, which if you don't know, a lot of people don't even know, I made an app, FlipAnything app. It's free on Google, although I might pull it and only give it to my members pretty soon. Sorry. Hey, this thing keeps going off. You got some calling you, just so you know. Anyways, where was I at? Oh yeah, so I got the FlipAnything app. You can get it on Google and Android, and it's free. It's free, and it's a beautiful thing. Listen, I developed that. You guys know, I don't believe half the crap that anybody tells me. I don't trust people. I don't trust. That's why this fake guru stuff, you see me calling them out all the time. I don't believe most of what they say. And most of the time I'm right. I'm skeptical, and you should be skeptical too. Well, my app is made for the skeptical investor. It allows you to find your properties, and if you want to share it with me, my app is beautiful because you can say, hey, Tom, look what I got. And you send me a picture of the property, interior pictures, describe it, the square footage. You can send me everything but the address, okay? And you can say, hey, are you interested? And then you can say, I have it under contract, or I don't have it under contract, but for $500, I'll tell you where it is, or $50, I'll tell you where it is, or maybe you have it under contract, and you can say, you can take over. I'll assign it to you for 10 grand. Listen, the thing's a work of art. I guarantee you. I made it, and that comes from 40 years of investing. So go get my app, FlipAnything USA. The other app I'd like to tell you about is SpiffMe. It's called SpiffMe. SPIFFME. A lot of you probably don't know what a spiff is, but it's something that manufacturers pay to people that sell their products. Well, it's blown into a whole different thing now. It's a referral thing. You can use it if you want to create your own SpiffMe account. You can sell people. You can create your account. You know, Tom buys houses or whatever. Tom buys houses in California. Tom buys houses wherever you're at. And then you can have people join it, and then they can join it, and then they can stick to you. Yeah, I apologize, Win-Win. My app does not work in every country, but it's going to be working in every country pretty soon. Pretty soon it will. Thanks, Gareth. I appreciate it. I love the book, too. Reminds me of when I was young. Okay, let's get to some questions here, and then I got to go. I got my girlfriend's made dinner, and she's not very happy right now. Tom, couldn't you figure out the link on the Saturday call, but enjoyed the session overall? Oh, yeah. Hey, Jaspal, don't worry. Listen, you're all going to be in it. I'm working on it. You know, this is why I call it the informal meeting. We're figuring this stuff out so that come the 27th, you know, we're going to have all that dialed in, and you guys are already going to have so much information to have in your head and review. Believe me, that hour and a half meeting, I'm impressed how much damn information came out of there. And a lot of it was because of the great questions you asked, but it led to the experiences that I've had in relation to those questions. Okay, Ellie's got something. What can I say to an owner for owner financing? How do I initiate that? Okay, good question. So listen, this is for everybody, okay? Listen, I tell everybody, I'm paying you cash for your property, even if I don't have cash. If I borrow the money, it's going to be cash to them, so it doesn't matter. What do I say to an owner that I want to owner finance the property? Well, the first thing I ask them is I say, hey, listen, I don't want to get in your business, but what are you going to do with the money? Are you going to buy something else? Do you mind if I know? And they'll say, no, I'm just going to put it in the bank. And I'll say, listen, why put it in the bank? Why put it in the bank? If I give you $10,000 down, you can carry the balance. I used to have people carry the balance at 10% interest. I don't care. 10% interest is fine. Back then, this is like a long time ago. Now I do it at 4 and 5. But 10 is still fine even now. It doesn't matter. You don't need a bank. There's no points. It saves a bunch of time and money to just get to it and get them to carry it. But the reason you tell them to carry it is you say, look, why? This is what's going to happen. Let's say I'm buying a property for 100 grand and I'm putting 10,000 down, you know, and the bank's going to take care of the rest. I tell the person, why don't you carry the note at $90,000 at 5%, you're going to make $4,500 a year, okay? Because if you put that in the bank, you're going to get paid $900 a year, $900. You're going to get 5 times that. And here's the deal, and this is always good to explain. You wonder why how can the bank loan money so cheap? 6%, 5%, 4%. Well, because this is what happens. The bank borrows the money. I mean, you borrow the money from the bank, 90% of the money you need, or 75% of the money you need, right? You borrow it at 4%. Oh, great interest rate. And then you give it to the seller. Well, the seller puts it in the bank, and the bank re-loans the same money back out again, okay? So now they're making 8%, then they're making 12%, then they're making 16%. It just goes on and on and on. So there's a lot of room to make a lot of money for the banks. Well, owner financing, you tell the owner, you say, look, why would you let the bank make 4% on your money? And that's what they're making. They're going to loan me the money at 5%, and they're going to pay you 1%. You can make all 5%. Well, I mean, that's how you do it, Ellie. That's how you do it, Ellie. And a lot of times they'll say, well, how do I know you'll make the payment? And you say, look, the collateral is good. The collateral is your property. Don't you feel good about your collateral? You know, and then, you know, you just got to be a decent person. Show them that you got a good job. Show them that you pay your bills, because it's important that you do. And believe me, people when they sell a property, they want to sell a property. And so they will work with you. They will bend over backwards to help you. Thanks, Ellie. So trust me, believe me, it's going to be wonderful. I can't wait. I am hoping that everybody in class buys and flips a property, you know, if not during the course, soon after, okay, soon after. And, you know, anyways, I mean, I'm happy. I am really, really happy that people appreciate my experience, okay? Because I know it's valuable. That's why I put it in a book. So you're confirming it. But anyways, we're going to make a lot of money together, and it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Hey, Manny, glad you're here. FlipAnything app is the best. Yeah, I was talking to Manny. Is also in the club in the mentorship, and I told him, you get the app. He said, I already got it, man. He got all my properties in it, and and he's got a deal. He bought a property in Florida, and hopefully he's gonna flip it to one of the neighboring owners. Yeah, sorry about win-win. Win-win. You should be in the club, by the way. I love his name. Win-win, right? That's how every deal should be. Market value $55,000, 3 years property tax due $4K, non-performing first mortgage seller. I don't want to pay more than $12K for that. Oh, man, that's a little bit, I don't know if I can diagnose that right now. I've already had a couple glasses of wine. Put that one under the comments. I'm getting in this week. Just got the Kindle book and the hard copy. Very first part of the book kind of hit close to home. Had to put it down because I was in the grocery store. Great, glad to hear it. Bearded Vet, all right. What was the last deal you did that had you leave? What was the last deal you did that had you leave the cabinet shop? So here's the deal. I had a cabinet shop, and the last property I bought, this is an interesting story. I bought a really great property where there was a proposed overpass, and I knew I was going to get in the middle between the city that wanted it, okay? And so it was called the peripheral loop. Anyways, I got in on that, and I got the property, and I had this cabinet shop. I had it for 9 years and 8 months, and a tenant came in. Not a tenant, a customer came in. I had a showroom in the front. And he says, I was in a really good mood, and he says, hey, how much to make a light frame? A light frame's a little wooden frame, that goes up on the ceiling. It used to be popular in the 80s. And I was in a good mood, and I was like maybe the early 90s. And I go, I don't know. I go, $160. That was cheap, right? And he says, $160? He goes, I can make it myself for that. And I was like, I went over and I opened the door and I said, well, go make it. And I threw him out. I knew right there I'd lost my patience with customers. I was done. I didn't need to be in business anymore because I was no longer that nice a guy. I was kind of fed up. I was just kind of done. I was sick of it. Breathing sawdust every day. Anyways, so what I did is I let him go, and then I saw a ad and said about selling a business. It was a business broker. And I thought, business broker? I never even thought about selling my business. All this money I'd made in real estate, I was about 28 years old, and I thought, I never even thought about selling my business. Called that guy up. His name was T.C. Williams. He was a black guy, and I could not tell you how old he was. He just looked great, but he'd been around a long time, you could tell. But a great guy, T.C. Williams. I never forget him. Funny story about him, too. I'll tell in the private group. But anyways, he sold my place, and I told him, I said, hey, first person that's got $100,000 to put down and can carry the balance, I said, I'll, and he brought me, he goes, I got 3 people. I said, they all got $100,000. He goes, I'll call you back. He calls me back. He goes, I got 2 people. I go, okay. I said, well, we're going to collateralize it with their property, their home, not my business. He goes, let me call you back. And he comes back and goes, I got 1 person. And that 1 person bought my company. But back to your question, what was the last property I sold? It was probably that. It was probably that overpass property. Oh, yeah, Leo, you should have my book. Come on, I've seen you in here before. Get the book. I don't know, man. I don't know if you can definitely watch it on your phone. It's a Kindle app. But believe me, I don't know enough about that stuff. No, I'm not investing in Florida. I've looked at, there's some beach areas I like, but I don't know. Oh, man, Victor, you're going to have to give me that question later. But I've had a couple drinks. Oh, dude, listen, if you got 30 to 45,000, you're gold. That's a lot of seed capital, okay? Like I said, you can go tie up deals that you can't afford to buy and make money. I bought a property in Ventura at Channel Islands, not far from the Whale's Tail. I'm sure you know where that is, over in Oxnard. Oxnard's such a terrible name. We used to call it Channel Islands because from the beach you could see Channel Islands. Okay. Yeah, Leo, you don't have to have money to make money. Don't. I mean, listen, it makes it easier for sure, but you don't have to. I mean, it's relative. You can take $100 and double it, then 200 and double it, and then pretty soon you got enough to buy more. I started with things. That's why it's called Flip Anything. It's not Flip Any Real Estate, but real estate is the big money. Garth, thanks. All right, guys, I got to wrap up here pretty quick. I said 10 minutes and I'm already 25. But I wanted to give you guys a peek of the course right here. And I'll give you another peek at it real quick here. And we got a thing here, Tom's file cabinet, okay? It's not going to look just like that. But, man, we got some cool stuff in here. And then I've got these, see these dividers? Can you see these tabs? Let me see if I can show you. Okay, there they are. We're going to get you organized just like I was. I used to have, I have such fond memories. And in fact, it's a shame because I think I threw out boxes of books like that were filled out. These are ones that I used to comb neighborhoods and neighborhoods, tons of notes. But when I moved out of that area, I thought, I'm tired of lugging this stuff around. I think I threw it around. But I hope I can find some of them because we can go in there and I can revisit some of the notes, talk to Johnson. He's got, 2 kids and his birthday is this day and the notes that I make to stay personal. And then later on, I bought it, you know what I mean? So stuff like that's really cool. And believe me, it's wonderful too, because you meet a lot of people and I'm friends with I've sold so many properties around me. I make friends. Listen, nobody gets screwed by me. I have so many friends of people that I bought property from and that I've sold property to. And, it's a wonderful lifestyle. I'm looking forward to everybody else getting as much of it as I got and maybe more. A lot of you guys are, like on steroids with this stuff. So you guys you'll go beyond me. You'll make more money than I ever made, but I've had a lot of fun and I got diverse interests and I'd probably have a lot more money than I do right now if I didn't try to do so many other things besides real estate that I failed at. So, but anyways, it's going to be a lot of fun. So listen, we are really getting down the last couple of days. If you want to get in this course, get in. Go get in. And if you can't afford it, I get it. I ain't pressuring you. There's plenty of information on my videos. But at a minimum, you got to get the book. Almost everybody watching this right now that's in this group has got the book already, okay? And the book is $10 or $20 if you get a hardcover. Look, I make peanuts on that book. Listen, I say be skeptical of people that charge hundreds and thousands, tens of thousands. Those guys are out there. There's all kinds of horror stories. Hang on to your cash. That's your seed capital. You're going to redouble it. It's easy to redouble. Everything under 100 grand is easy to redouble. But after that, then you try to double, 200 grand. It gets a little tougher, but that's okay. You make 50% on 200 grand and keep growing from there, and it'll just keep getting better. And look at me. Look at this lake. I got a lake behind me. This is a second home, okay? And it's not overly fancy, but you know what? I was just swimming in that water, and it's a wonderful thing. Keith, the deadline for mentoring. Probably by Saturday. Saturday be the latest, because the following Saturday we start the main course. But you're already getting so much information. Get in now so you can get in and catch that Saturday meeting, and then you can also go in and you can watch the meeting that you missed, 2 days ago. And we got people in here. Ellie's in here, and Manny's in here, and Jaspal's in here, and these are all people that are already in it. Yeah, the book is your textbook. Even in listen, I'm telling you, the book is your textbook in my book group, okay? But the book really is a great foundation. But, look, 40 years of investing, there's a lot of stuff. And what's cool is you're going to be able to go back in and you can go back and watch videos. And, because I know how it is. Believe me, I'm a studier myself. And, jiu-jitsu is my new passion, right? but I videotape even when we go through certain moves, and I go back and I lay in bed and I think about the moves and I study it and I watch it, and it does help me when I get into the physical altercation again. It's it's just studying. There's no replacement for hard work. That's just how it is. It doesn't matter where you live, dude. If it's a free market system in Australia, I got a lot of people in Australia, Germany, all over the place, all over the world. Man, I can't do it. I gotta go. I got my girlfriend cooking dinner, and I gotta get back and enjoy the evening with her. So thanks. I'll see you guys Saturday. I'm hoping to pop out a video or two before then. And but like I said, man, get in the course, take the course. If you got $600, then do it. If you don't, no pressure. Watch the videos, go the cheap route. Take the book, and down the road you get it. Hey, Rui, saw you. He's in the class too. Awesome, man. Thanks, guys. Take care.